What's up, everybody? It's Dominec369 for Occultism Unleashed. We got the full moon in Gemini today, and that is going to happen in a couple more hours. And what we got going on is the full moon is going to occur in the United States sixth house. I've told you guys time and time again, the sixth house rules war. It rules health, the healthcare system, civil servants, police, firefighters, military, things of that nature. The sun is positioned in the 12th house, so look for some secrets to come out about things going on overseas. Most likely, you're going to find out the extent of how much the United States military bases are getting bombed on in Iraq and Syria. You can find out that there's casualties and they ain't really been telling everybody. Interesting enough, you're going to see some things going on with the unions, and you're going to see some things going on with the healthcare system. Excuse me. In Gemini, this full moon is putting emphasis on contracts, communications, and organizing information in ways that it can be utilized, especially by the military. I'm telling you guys now that they got some shit. They're about to be working with corporations and shit really tough on manipulating the public opinion of Americans. I'm telling you that now. This is shown in the chart. As you see, the full moon is at 2 degrees Gemini. Right here, Uranus at 9 degrees Gemini. That's a 7-degree orb, but it's still a conjunction. And this Uranus that it's making a conjunction to rules the third house. The third house in the United States chart governs the masses, the people. We know that in the United States third house, I've talked to you about it several times. You got Pisces intercepted. This tells you that the media, they do a lot of occult shit to you guys. They do a lot of manipulation and brainwashing and deception through the media, man. And it's gonna be an uptick, and they're gonna do some things to manipulate you guys if you allow them. But the psychological operations against the public with the military, CIA, and corporations against the American public is coming. It's coming because they don't like how people are protesting about Palestine. They don't like Joe Biden's approval level. Like it's a lot of shit going on the world stage, and they have to try to repair their reputation, not just abroad, but here as well. It's not looking good, man. On top of that, Venus, again, the 5th and 6th house ruler, military. It's coming in conjunction with that eclipse point today, the Mayat eclipse. In 3 days, it's going to square Mercury. Mercury rules the 7th house of war and allies. A square means it's going to be challenges, changes, and death, because Mercury is in the house of death. It's also in the house of other people's resources and money. Look for divestment in American bonds. Look for more trouble in the bankings and announcements of the reality of how close we are to a recession. And I want you to understand that it's on the brink of irreparable. When you talk about deception, I know you've seen on TikTok and TMZ, Targets and other Walmart and these people lying to customers about their Black Friday prices, keeping it at the original price and just making it putting another sticker in front of it for Black Friday. Now, this is going to cause Target a lot of trouble. If you got Target stock, you want to get rid of that shit. They violated the Lanham Act. They violated the Lanham Act, and that can cost them billions of dollars. Billions of dollars, and the government need the money right now. I tell you that, Jack. I will tell you that. The good thing is, well, it's not really good, because Venus is making a sextile to Mars, an exact sextile to Mars. Mars ruled the fourth house. This has to do with Republicans. It's real easy right now. Republicans, people at the bottom of the barrel, it's real easy for a revolution to pop off in the United States right now, man. Real easy. Real easy, man. I would pay close attention to this energy over the next 2 or 3 days. I just don't particularly care for the full moon over here in the sixth house. You know, I feel like it's going to be some serious military action and a serious propaganda and psychological warfare against the American public. And that's just what it is. And you know, we got Jupiter right here in the fifth house. Fifth house rules the reputation of the nation, how the nation promotes and markets itself, investments of the nation. Jupiter is retrograde. It's retrograding into a square with the North Node. And I told you about this before, man. It's in the eighth house of debt. The eighth house of debt, man. There's some big financial problems coming to the United States because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, the United States' first house. So it's gonna affect the country itself. It is going to affect the international opinion of the country. There are a lot of things that are about to happen that are gonna really jam up the United States' reputation, man. Really jam it up. The only good thing, man, is this Venus sextile Mars. This means it could be some cooperation between the Democrats and the Republicans to get some positive stuff done for the country. But because the military industrial complex really run the country, and Biden is for lack of better words, he's just a kid in an old man's body, regressing, and they're using medicine to try to keep him functioning as long as possible. It's a lot of things that could pop off if something happened to that man, you know. And I could give a fuck less, because I'm gonna be all right regardless of what happens in this country or out of this country. I'm gonna be all right. But I put these videos out. I teach people about their spiritual power because I don't want you to be suffering. I don't want nobody to be suffering. That's part of the human experience, but unnecessary suffering ain't part of the human experience. And I don't want people to be suffering, especially black people. We suffered enough, man. But look to the Republicans being able to pull off some cold stunts, man. Because in the midst of the Democratic Party, there's a lot of sneaky racists, a lot of undercover racists, man. A lot of undercover racists in the Democratic Party that wouldn't mind having Kamala Harris out the way, because the Speaker of the House, if something happens to Kamala Harris and Biden, the Speaker of the House, who is a far-right Republican, Klansman for Louisiana, you know, Christian fundamentalist, like he real hardcore, you know, white Zionist, Christian Zionist. So, you know, they got some plans. They got some plans for black people. Got some plans for you. If something happened to your vice president, your president, they got some plans. That's all I can tell you, man. That's all I can tell you, Jack. You see that Venus? Venus rules the 10th house, the president. It rules the 6th house, the military, banks. The 5th house, how we advertise ourselves to the world, and you know, investments of the nation and things like that. It's making an opposition to Chiron in the 4th house. They breaking away from an opportunity to heal. It's gonna cause them a lot of pain in the end, man. gonna cause them a lot of pain in the end. When you look over here, we got the sun will be conjunct the United States ascendant in a week. Mars will follow that, conjoining the ascendant in about 10 days, 10, 11 days. And it's going to get interesting. Because before Mars and the sun hit the ascendant, they are going to oppose Uranus. And again, Uranus rules the United States. Third house of communication, the public. The energy and indications in the chart. I warned you guys before about November 28th, 29th. You know, on the 30th, the sun is almost in exact opposition with Uranus. The moon is conjunct the 8th house cusp of death. Venus, the ruler of the military, will square Mercury, the ruler of the 7th house, which governs war and our allies. Venus is 3 degrees away from a square with Pluto. That would occur around December 1st, 2nd. That will square the United States as, you know, part of fortune and vertex. Over here in the 8th house, it's gonna be a bloodbath if they fuck with these people overseas, Jack. It's gonna be a bloodbath. And it ain't gonna be the people that they fuck with that's leaking. I tell you that. I wish you well. If you are looking to get your own chart read, you can book your reading at www.redclarkconjure.com. Peace.